for the attack. I think we're going to see goals here. I think it's going to be a very open game, as we've said in the studio and beforehand. We can't really split these two. They're very, very well matched, and if anything, this should provide one of the more intriguing matchups that we've seen so far at the PES League World Championships.
Absolutely, so we get the game underway. Venom from left to right as the home strip of the Gunners as he looks to break early, and from right to left, the Brazilian FMestre, of course, with the away kit. And I think Venom back in when he did qualify way back now, a long time ago it seems, in December, he may have chose Liverpool. It certainly wasn't Arsenal, so he's decided to pick someone different. It was differently, we'll definitely see how he plays, but he's starting off very lively here. Chance flicks, beautiful football, and there's your first goal, Harry. What about that for a dream start?
Looks like, based on how he's celebrating, it's actually a goal for Felipe. Yeah, it's the other way. So we've been bamboozled once again, and it's a nightmare start for Venom because, as you said,
I stand corrected.
Back when he qualified, I mean, I made the same mistake as well. Back when he qualified, he certainly conceded quite a lot. Worth noting his standings in this group so far. Venom lost his first game 5-2 against the 16-year-old Indonesian S-Venom. So a nightmare start once again from Venom, and Felipe, so far, that's a very well-worked goal. I mean, you saw it in the replays. It's the perfect start for him.
Yeah, what a start. So, sorry, clarification there. We have switched it up. Venom is from right to left. He's conceded early here, and he has to try and bounce back real quickly. That's a good, tidy header. In the other match, we have, of course, S-Venom playing the Palma. They're both drawing that now 1-1. So we'll keep you up to date with that one throughout the course of this match. But yeah, Venom's got to try and get back in this. He has to win this game. Otherwise, unfortunately, that last match is just not going to mean too much for him. But here is a chance from down the right-hand side with Iwobi. Tries to play it inside, but good defensive covering by FMestre, and he manages to tidy up and clear it away. And try and possibly defend here in numbers. And hopefully, Harry, will see a lot of goals in this one, because it has been a little bit cagey with the matches that you certainly have been commentating on.
Yeah, so far today we've seen a 2-0, a 0-0 draw, and a 1-0. In the three games that we've seen, as we've said before. Elsewhere, there's been goals galore. But in terms of the PES League broadcast, we haven't been treated to too many goals, but we've had a goal within the first 5 or so minutes of this game in-game. So certainly, if that's anything to go by, we should see some open attacking gameplay from both of these two competitors.
But do you think maybe that's purely for the fact because they're playing on the main stage? Maybe it's a little bit more nerve-wracking for them, as opposed to, of course, playing elsewhere?
I think that certainly plays a factor. I mean, it's very intimidating to play on a world final stage while everyone's watching.
Yeah, well, we had a chance there, but the offside flag was raised. There's a Bamiyang, yeah, Bamiyang just going offside ever so slightly. So only 15 minutes in, we already have a goal for the Brazilian, of course. 1-0. It's a nicely worked move as well, but Venom now works it down the left-hand side, just tries to play it through, but it's often great to see the different style of play. But here is a chance, and there is your equalising goal, and the celebration by the big man, the 29-year-old, getting himself back in this, Harry, and he's done well, hasn't he? He kept his head, kept it cool, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Venom since he qualified all the way back in December in Season 1, but he has his back up against the wall here in Group C. And after conceding early in this one against Felipe Mestre, it's so important for him to get the next goal. It actually comes from a mistake, almost a scuffed clearance there, I suppose you could say. Felipe trying to get a little bit too tricky with it. Fortunate to get the bounce back, and it's well found in, well, just outside the 6-yard box. Welbeck onside, and, well, we're all tied up. That should set up this tie nicely. 2 goals already.
Yeah, Danny Welbeck, they're kissing the Arsenal badge. Of course, we are at the lovely Emirates today. But we're back level, 1-1. We reset. And can FMestre come back with a reply as he works it well? Looks for that near post. Of course, we see many times teams or players and opponents conceding right after scoring. It just seems to be a pattern of play, and we have another chance here, but some good defending again. And Venom now will just try and work this forward. He's known for playing quite attacking football. We saw that back in December, and it worked a treat for him. And he did eventually lose 4-0 to Eterito. That was no slouch. I mean, Eterito is simply one of the best around. But right now, 25 minutes gone, 1-1. A little bit of a late challenge there, but the ref will play the advantage. Could bring it back later. He does so. And we still, Harry, it's not too cagey. It's a pretty open game right now.
Yeah, just as we predicted, really, as well. When you have these two high-level competitors who like to attack the ball.
What a ball that is. And
go at each other. Often, like you said, it can be cagey, but I think these early goals certainly have helped this affair.
Yeah, that was a spectacular effort there by Aubameyang. Went for the scorpion kick. We haven't seen too many spectacular goals so far. We didn't really see any yesterday in the co-op. Did see a couple of nice individual plays. Challenge there by Venom. Wins it back. Danny Welbeck plays it forward. Aubameyang. Flicked on again. Welbeck. The outside of the boot. Aubameyang's always the threat. Coming forward towards Lacazette now. FMestre just trying to carve up a chance or two. Maitland-Niles. It's a little bit of a loose pass, but Lacazette unable to get there first. Kolasinac does well. Mkhitaryan picks it up. And at the moment, we can't separate these two players. Iwobi fed through the middle. This is a chance if he can play it. Decides to delay it slightly. Aubameyang lays it out wide. Good looking pass, flicked on. Good defensive covering. Looking for the back post. Can they get the strike away? Not quite. There's a late one, and the referee will bring it back. Harry has a chance, just couldn't quite get it away there.
That was unfortunate there for Venom. I think he's expecting Alex Iwobi maybe to be a little bit more sprightly getting to that ball, and was just too slow to react, but better though. Much better from Venom. He looks more likely at this point.
Yeah, a little bit of a shaky start from him, but he's certainly started to look a little bit more confident now, and rightly so. He's certainly got the talent, likewise does his opponent. Both fully deserving to be here. He did win against Henry Quinho FMestre 3-2 in the regionals, so he has won it all. Good clearance there though by Venom. Sometimes that's the best bet. Don't take a gamble, certainly when the stakes are this high. Fed out wide. Can Bellerin keep it on? Not quite as we come into the final 5 minutes. There's a look at the possession. It has been favoured more towards the home strip of Arsenal. FMestre from left to right. Referee's going to possibly bring that back. No, he's going to play on.
Always like to see that. Referee keeping the game open, keeping it flowing.
Yeah, the referees do a fairly good job of that. Overall on a whole, here's Maitland-Niles. Nice little turn, lays it across. Aubameyang, quick fake by him, but read it well. But the referee's given a free kick here, Harry, right on the edge of the box. Does he hit this?
Yeah, might have even brought it back, actually. I think maybe you play this short as he will and try and work something around the box.
He certainly does. Mkhitaryan with a bit of space. You don't often see these players having strikes from outside the box. They do like to work it as close to the goal as possible for that simple tap-in, but that's why the defenders are there. Good challenge, good deflected covering, and we have a corner with Mkhitaryan. Delivers it in, fizzes it in. Cleared away, back to Torreira. Maitland-Niles flicks on. Lacazette, Venom's got to be careful here because he's getting deeper and deeper, but he manages to do well. And it looks like that's probably going to be the end of the first half, unless we can have one final flourish with Aubameyang. Welbeck dispossessed, and yet that is surely going to be the end of a pretty entertaining half. We've had some chances, only the one actually for Venom, but he put it away.
Yeah, he's trying to get high percentage chances, and no changes at the break. I think Venom might have actually just changed his mind, as you can see in the top right, a pause queued up. But Venom now attacking left to right, opposite from what it was in the first half, and a rash challenge there will spark some changes. And while we see these changes come in, I want to talk a little bit about Felipe Mestre, who obviously we haven't spoken about too much because Venom is such a big personality. He's a fan favourite, but he was a world semi-finalist last year, obviously was able to strike first and arguably had better chances so far in this game, but his opponent Venom, he has everything to play for. Felipe in his first game here drew So already has a point on the board. However, on the other side, Venom lost, don't forget, against Zeus 5-5-2. So not only does he not have the points in his favor, no goal difference, sitting at a -3 spread there as well. So for Venom, you certainly want to see a win, and if he can get goals, absolutely that would be great too.
Yeah, elsewhere it is still 1-1. So as it stands, Zeus 5 would have 4 points. FMestre's 2, the Palmer 2 has 2 as well, and Venom has just a 1 point. It would mean Venom's out. I mean, if it stays this way, he could still technically win that last game and be through, but he wants to get the 3 points here.
Absolutely.
It was a strike from Danny Welbeck. A good effort as well. Don't often see him fizzing one in from that type of range, but he's gained a corner out of it. And another attacking chance here for Venom, who started off a little bit sluggish, but he's got into this game. He's come back from a goal down. And if he can put in a good ball, he could have a chance to grab one. But that's going to be deflected off, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Unfortunate deflection there, but I like how he was able to get to the front post. That's something to look out for now. We're going to see the first attacking gameplay, really, if he can secure the ball from Felipe this half. And I was impressed. I mean, he certainly had the more chances in quantity from the first half. We'll see it once again if he can resume it after the break, now that the changes have come in.
Yeah, we had a couple of changes there early on, which doesn't happen often, but a ball over the top, defensively covered well. Rastanach picks it up, floats it over the top, and Ketia towards Aubameyang. Nice little touch inside. Maitland-Niles, he's got a couple of players making the run. That might be a little bit too much. It is. And this, Harry, this really has a 1-1 written all over it right now. It's just one of those games.
I'm just wondering where the break in the deadlock is going to come. I think you're right, and there are players through here. Just watch for these manual runs.
Well, hang on a minute,
Felipe.
Because Aubameyang, is he going to chip it over him? No, he's going to go round. Great goalkeeping, but, well, curse the commentators, they say. You say it's going to be a 1-1, then you get the second goal by Felipe Mestre, and it's now 2-1 to the Brazilian, which would put him top of the group with the 6 points currently, if it stays the same. Well, there was just a little bit too much space there, wasn't there, Harry? Through the middle, you could see the gap.
I think he'd be on just the 4 points,
was
actually,
he on the 4 points? Yeah,
after drawing his first game. But you're right, there's too much space, and it all came from really not panicking on the ball. You've got to feel a little hard done by if you are Venom, that bounce just falls kindly to Felipe. But as you said, that manual run through the middle, this is the one that caused the rebound to really go in his favor. Did well to take an extra touch to try and take it around check. You wondered whether or not he might just try and chip it over him, but in the end, sometimes luck is in your favor, and certainly was there for Felipe Mestre. And now we're going to see, can Venom bounce back?
Yeah, exactly. Can he do it again for a second time? Yeah, you do need that little bit of luck. I thought Czech did really well there to initially make the save, but it didn't happen for him the second time. Lovely football. Could we get a reply? Yes, we can. This is why we love these kind of games, because you just cannot write the script at all. 2-2, Iwobi back on form. What about that, Harry? I mean, it's almost woken him up. The beast has awoken.
It's just got 1-1 written all over it, doesn't it, Ricky?
Yeah, exactly. Now it's got 2-2 written all over it.
Absolutely tremendous. The immediate response. We see it so often in PES, but it's the little link-up play, great football, and that's what happens when you are able to find the man to just hold it up. It's this pass right here which was crucial to allow that first-time through ball. Maybe you're expecting Socrates there. I think it actually was Koscielny for Felipe Mestre. I feel like he maybe should be getting a foot to that, maybe could have done better, but doesn't matter at all. He was fortunate to get the bounce for his goal, and you could argue maybe Venom is fortunate that Koscielny doesn't do better for his. So, 2-2, more changes, back to the drawing board, but yeah, we thought there might be goals in this one, and I'm glad we've been proven right.
Yeah,
4
Alex
goals.
Was certainly right in the studio, but yeah, Felipe there, he did use manual goalkeeping. But I also think you have to give credit to Venom there, because he waited. Now, if he hadn't have done the manual goalkeeping, it probably would have been saved, because it was straight down the middle. But because Venom kind of waited to see what was going to happen, he was able to just sort of smash it home. But we are back level, 2-2. It means that the table will be exactly the same as it was before. 4 points for Faden, 2 points for Felipe, 2 points for the Palmer, and just a 1 point for Venom. But we still have over half an hour to play, and Venom now is on the front foot looking to take the lead for the first time in this game. He's trailed twice, he's come back twice. But he's playing an opponent who is no stranger to the big stage. A lovely touch by Aubameyang, but he does need options in the middle. As Mavropanos comes across, and
wow,
no love lost between them two there. From behind, took him out. And it's a red card. So that could change this game, Harry. He's been sent off.
I'm so surprised that Venom there chose to lunge in. I don't think, as you said, he needed support. I don't think that he would have been able to score. I don't think that's a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Yes, he was last man, but I'm so surprised Venom did that. That could come back to bite him. That means he now has to sacrifice a man in midfield. That's curious. For me, that is curious. That could change the game. Now at 2-2, we'll see. Again, of this resulting free kick and the remaining 30-odd minutes in game, whether or not Venom will concede.
Yeah, it was a strange decision. I'm sure they'll talk about it back in the studio. Ball's delivered in. But we saw yesterday what happened when you do lose a man. Ended up conceding 2 goals. So Venom, will it pay a big price? We'll wait and see. But here is a chance now for John Jules. Great challenge though. It's fallen back to Nketiah. Torreira. Forward towards Danny Welbeck. Overlapping run by Maitland-Niles. And this is where Felipe has to make the most of this. You've got the extra man now. Take your time, possess it. There's still a lot of time to play, over 25 minutes. Or just under. Nketiah, he's got options, delivered it in near post. A couple of deflections, fallen back to Aubameyang. Just trying to free up a little bit of space. Ball over the top, and that's a great header.
Crucial. That is a crucial header. Playing a dangerous game is Venom, rushing out very early with his defenders as well, but now has an attack.
Yeah, now a chance for Venom. Good turn by Nketiah, lays it forward. Just trying to feed it back inside. Now, one thing Venom has to do, make the most of it when he has the ball, because he is a man down. And he's been very physical, Harry. He's not holding back. I mean, this is probably the most fouls we've seen in a game so far.
Yeah, maybe a predetermined game plan to just try and ruffle the feathers, but yeah, it's certainly a physical affair.
You think maybe now he would be happy with a 2-2. Fit on, flicked on, Danny Welbeck is there again, and he has made the most of the extra man. 2 goals for the Englishman today, kissing that badge yet again. And it was always going to be tough, wasn't it? Because if you go a man down, it's a mindset as well. You've got to defend better, you're a man less. Is he going to be able to bounce back for this?
He's certainly made it tough on himself. You can see him there, no doubt ruining his decision to hack the player down. Let's talk about the goal though. It was well worked, good intricate passes, 2-3 passes in a row inside the penalty area. That's not easy to do, and he found the right man in the right place. There's the third, and there's the finish. And right now, Felipe Forato Pereira. See, like my attempt at a Brazilian accent now.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it.
A nice bit of ling there.
He's in the driver's seat now. 5th goal of the game, 3-2 in favour of him.
Well, Alex said this could be a 3-3 if Venom could somehow make it 3-3. What a prediction that would be. And he's found a little bit of space. Well, I don't think he had much other options, just to have a go and hope for the best. 15 minutes left here. Certainly has been a very entertaining game, as Hector Bellerin goes on a little bit of a run, and Venom isn't quite sure what to do here defensively. He's left a couple of options, but he's got back just in time, and risky pass, but got away with it.
Crucial there from Koscielny, I think it was. We'll now see again another tactical pause come in. The problem for Venom is he wants to try and commit more players up the pitch, but
yeah,
he's down to 10 men. He's going to leave himself so exposed at the back. He could see him concede another goal, but at the same time, he has to do this now. He absolutely has to. He can't afford to lose his 2nd game straight here in Group C. Don't forget, he lost his first one 5-2 against Zeus Faidan. So you can see he's a little bit tentative. He is playing now 3 at the back, so has pushed one of his defenders up to join the midfield and bolster the attack, but he is going to be so exposed.
Yeah, if it does stay the same way right now, it is still 1-1 in the other game. Venom would be out. He'd have no points, and the closest to him in 2nd place has 4, so he has to go for it. 10 minutes now, otherwise, unfortunately, it's going to be the end for him. And he could rue that, well, that red card earlier in this 2nd half, but he still has a bit of time. He's still got the quality, though, to bounce back. Oh, that was a chance, just slightly got the pass wrong.
Yeah, wrong way. He had Aubameyang through the middle, but like you said, got the pass wrong.
Now, Felipe Mestre just has to keep the ball, possess it. And he is exactly doing that as Koscielny clears it away. Header back into the mix. Here is Willock. Dispossessed though, and the Brazilian gets it back.
Can't do that.
No, he can't. He's got to keep it when he gets it, but he's at that point now. He has to rush, which makes it very difficult. Frustrating as well for your opponent. It's a good-looking pass, and Nketiah's got some space and time. Final 4 minutes here. Will he deliver it or just keep it in the corner? He is opting to just waste a bit of time, but well played. Torreira wins it back now. Venom just launches it out wide, looking for that manual switch. Does well to keep it on, but a good challenge there by Kolasinac. You think he's deserved this, you would say, overall?
I would say so.
Brazilian?
Certainly scored more goals, and defensively he's been good too. Just the 3 minutes added on. Oh, that's dangerous though.
That was very, very close. 3 minutes now, as Harry says. That's just launched into the stands.
Maybe one more chance.
Yeah, the referee will not blow it when there is a chance. Of course, we saw that yesterday with some late drama. But it looks like it's going to be enough for the Brazilian. There it is, 3 goals to 2. 2 goals for Danny Welbeck. And Felipe Mestre, that puts him in a very comfortable position going into that last game. But he is taking on S-Venom, so he still has some work to be done. He's not guaranteed getting into the knockout stages yet.